Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to Silly Point. Recently we've done a fair few Zoom-based silly points, here we are, together. But we're not just together, we have some live cricket going on behind us, which is fantastic, up at the Sawmill.
Yeah.
I am joined by Dan Allen.
Hello viewers, lovely to see you.
And he's back. The Cornish Coley.
I don't know why.
He's never. We don't either. But
the only one available.
No, by popular demand.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And these are the under 16s.
Our three viewers love you.
Yes. Has it gone up?
yes. Because of you. Yeah, this is Reigate. Sanderstead Reigate under 16s. Yes. Yeah. And I think this is Silly Point number 18.
Silly Point number 18.
Yeah.
And growing.
Yeah. Yes. Very good.
Very good. Morning.
Carry on.
Cut.
No.
Right.
We're live, folks.
Yeah. This is live.
This is what?
Yeah.
I think that we should go straight into Saturday's results.
Yeah, I think so.
And filter through the club. Should we start with the ones or fours, Dan? Which way do you want to go?
Well, I don't mind. I think.
Should we start with the fives or ones?
No, I think we start ones and go down.
Okay, ones. Well, we were away. I was there, so I feel like I should talk about it.
I think you should.
At Streatham and Marlborough.
No, you weren't. You were at
No, I
CHEAM.
wasn't. Was that the week before?
Yeah.
And you said
that was the
Streatham
week
and Marlborough in the commentary here for Saturday. Yeah. Against.
Well, it's difficult because
they're so
they're so similar.
So similar in.
Well, no, it's the
time lapse.
Shaz and Cash
they've
were
only
Streatham and
played
Marlborough,
at two
then came to
clubs
us
or
and then went to
something.
CHEAM. Yeah. So
You're going with that, are you?
Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Should we try
carry
again?
on.
I think we should start with the ones, Dan.
I think we should. That's a very good idea, T.
I guess I was there, so
Yeah, I'm not editing this, by the way.
We were away at CHEAM.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
CHEAM.
Nice ground, CHEAM.
Lovely ground, isn't it?
We lost the toss and were put into the field. And actually, I think a good decision. It was one of those, a little bit like Lords in the recent Test match, where was it a good toss to lose? I think it was. And we bowled them out for 87. Josh Stacey, brilliant again. Simon Carter, brilliant again.
As ever.
We were pretty good in the field. Always had them under pressure.
I hear that you took a razzing diving catch at cover and got a run out.
Yes.
I
heard it from him.
Yes.
The run out.
Did he?
I think the run out just had to hit the keeper's gloves. It was one of those.
Yeah.
The catch was it was an enjoyable one.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I enjoyed it.
Good.
Extra
That
cover.
filtered back to the Sawmill before you did at 4:30 when the game was over.
Nice to hear.
That was good.
And can I just make a point? Because
Please do,
I really wanted to, because I think the viewers know how much I love to film Sharif, and the scoring is pretty 30s or 20s or whatever he's deciding to do now. And I said I got hold of Sharif. I said, look, I want to film there, but I want to make sure that you guys are okay with it. And he put me in touch with their chairman, who understandably said, look, we've got this frog box system, which is a fixed camera system, sits above your the side street, and we'll stream it live. So why don't we have that live and then you film the two? So okay, fine, absolutely a great idea. In my heart, I sort of still wanted to be there because I wanted Sharif to score a ton, but us to win the game.
Yes.
That would have been the
It's like watching Tendulkar play against England.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
You wanted
Lara.
to score, exactly. Lara, absolutely right. But anyway, didn't happen. Sharif got out for 6. So sorry, Shaz, but I was kind of, because I wasn't there, I was kind of pleased about that.
Brilliant system, that though. I think Skaz was internationally somewhere watching it live.
Skaz
Really cool.
is in Abu Dhabi doing his Hawkeye stuff, and he was watching live, and he was relaying stuff to me live. I was actually watching some of it whilst trying to film, and that wasn't a very sensible thing to do. But no, but it was good. It's good.
Really good.
I like the system.
I think it's perhaps the start of technology filtering out into the clubs more and more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This will be, more commonplace.
No, exactly.
so.
I mean,
Well,
the camera's fixed, so it's got its limitations. You can't do a live commentary. You've got to do the afters, but it's
the start.
But the scores at the bottom look
scores
super
are there.
professional.
It's a lot better than not having it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So well done, CHEAM.
Absolutely. We bowled them out for 87. Yogi stayed in the ones after scoring some runs last week.
Quite right.
He and Chris Bowman opened up, got us off to a really good start. Chris Bowman with a nicely struck 20 odd again.
Yeah, usual.
And then that brought myself in at 3. Yogs and I put on a partnership. I think we ended up about 70 odd for 1. and with 17
Home and dry,
runs
you'd
to go,
think.
home and dry.
Home and dry.
17 runs to go. I didn't quite.
Surprised with you and Yogi, there wasn't a run out, but hey ho.
You know, we were as surprised as you. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't quite see it through LBW, and we went from about 70 odd for 1 to about 70 odd for 6.
Yeah, 77 for 6, I think, or 76
Yeah,
for 6. Yeah.
so we.
Good for the crowd.
It was excellent for the crowd and the frog box.
The frog
system,
box crowd.
All those watching it. But we managed to get there in the end, in true Sanderstead style.
Well, because when you were 6 down, I was watching it while I was filming, and I see you had Simon still to bat. I mean, like one of the best bats we've ever had in the club's history. Yeah. You had Longcock to bat, and Greg McLean, who's no mug, and Tom Coulson. So we had
plenty in the bag.
We had plenty in the bag. But then when I thought, well, Si's got to bring himself in. So I was sort of in a bit of a panic when they sent Johnny in. But he looked
Johnny
fantastic.
Was the best looking batsman that day.
He hit everything in the middle. I mean, he was only in for 10 runs or something, but
and this is a guy who's had a month out injured, not played very much cricket at all, and just
that's it.
And made himself available for the 4s 2 weeks ago. Such was his, love of the club and loyalty.
Absolutely.
Oh, hello, there's a bit of action.
Yeah, well,
not out.
Good. So, it was a good result. So that's what's that? 4 wins out of. What, 4 games?
4 wins out of 4 games.
4 wins out of 4 games and a rain off. So Sanderstead are joint top, I believe, in the first 11. With Old Wits.
Old Wits, it is.
Old Wits.
Just down the hill from us.
Just down the hill. So good local derby. That's going to be home and away. That's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Some seats still available.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, but that'll be a very popular fixture. Yeah. Good.
And
2s?
Sticking
with CHEAM. 2's played them here, and you filmed it, Dan.
Yeah, I filmed it, so I would imagine that anyone that's watching this will have watched the game. But it was one of those games. It was really quite sort of tense. I really enjoyed it actually. I mean, I'm just trying to think what happened.
Well, we had them for 6.
I know. We lost the toss and we're fielding, and they. They sort of started okay, and then actually young Matt came on and started a collapse and ended up with 4 for 9 off 10, a most remarkable bowling. He's getting better and better, and we're going to talk about him later, so I won't go on about that anymore. But they were, what were they? They were something like 100 for 9, 101 for 9, and then our guys just sort of relaxed and they thought they'd done the job. And you should never think you've done the job because they put on 70. It was the FENWICK brothers, 2 brothers, all
twins. We think twins, and apologies to the FENWICKs if you're not, fellas. But regardless, Dad and Mum must be proud.
Oh, they
the 2 boys.
Absolutely. Well, I was having a check. So I think one was the wicket keeper and the other one was bowled down the hill. And I had a good chat with the chap bowling down the hill. I think that was James Fenwick. Nice chat, really good chat. And he was sort of going on about how he's,
he'll be here next year.
Yeah, well, he's going on about, I can't bat. I said, you can. You'll get runs today, and it's brilliant. So no, I was delighted for them, and it meant that. I thought that. You know what happens when you get a last-minute partnership? The momentum swings.
Yep.
The Sanderstead guys were down. They thought they'd messed up. Well, they had messed up. And I thought this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
This is going to be tough. And then we batted, and sure enough, we found ourselves 5 down for what were we for 5? About 100. I can't remember. It's around about the 100 mark. For 5, and I thought, well, we're not going to do this, because everyone's playing shots, and you only need 3.5 and over. But in there was Jack Coles and Ryan Foley.
Yes,
Ryan Foley, who's a smart cricketer, got a head on his shoulders,
and he hasn't played for a good few years.
He hasn't played for a few years, So we're delighted to have Ryan come and join us. He doesn't live far away, and
he's the second best South African at the club, apparently.
Well, yeah, apparently so. After Josh McKinnon, who hit the brilliant 6 straight over my head. Anyway, Josh got 24, and Jack got 24, and Ryan got 43. But he just worked it out, or the 2 of them just worked it out and said, look, if we're here at the end, then we won.
Absolutely.
So, because you didn't, 3.5 and over is nothing.
Yep. Yeah, and the benefit, sorry, Dan, of us ones finishing our games maybe earlier than expected is that the last few weeks we've been able to come back here and watch the twos win as well. It's been really good, and it's really helped the club.
And watching the fours.
I'd pop my head over
the
it,
wreck.
absolutely.
Well, someone, I mean, I do like to sort of mention some of the comments occasionally that we get on the YouTube, and someone did mention, I think it's a chap called David Gay is in Berlin, I think. And he did say that, you know, we've been lucky, as viewers we've been lucky because all the games that I've filmed, whether it's been ones or twos, have all been good games.
Yes.
And that, you know, the away games haven't been as good, which is not quite true because the twos had an absolute thriller over at Trinity Midwife.
Yes. Two-run thriller.
A two-run thriller. But I reckon that it's not so much a coincidence. I think it's this ground. I know a lot of people think it's a small ground, but I think it makes for absolutely brilliant club cricket because it's relatively small. It's not as small as the camera makes it.
I think you're always in it as well. On the flip side, when you're going well, you always think you're going well, and
Is it worth just saying that outfield mower update?
Yeah, go on.
Because
got one.
It's a beautiful ground, as everybody knows and enjoys playing here.
Yeah, masquerading as a field at
the moment. It's a grazing pasture, but the mower has gone in for servicing and repair today.
Good. When's it coming back?
6 months, I reckon. Hopefully.
You've been working on that, haven't you? Good, I like it though. That was good, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. Do we know what happened in the threes?
Yeah, we do. The threes played away at Dorking. Dawsey was back after a brief injury spell, and he steered us home.
Good.
We got them out for 120.
As he does.
Yeah, and Owen, Rees and Rajiv Dave took 7 wickets between them.
Yeah, wow.
Got Dorking out for 120, and then Dan Udell, who was in the threes.
Well, as with Owen, so you got two second 11 stalwarts, Boomer first ever captain, playing
and
cricket.
you know, hats off to their loyalty.
Absolutely.
Of playing, you know, club cricket where picked. So, and we came back, we lost 3 wickets and got 20 points at Dorking.
Yeah.
Top the league.
Say something about Dorking actually. I love celebrating club cricket, as I'm sure you both do.
Charlie.
Absolutely, yeah. So Dorking first 11 played away at Oxford and Limpsfield, and Charlie Kenway. It must be around kind of Longcock's age, early 20s. Scored, I think 172 or 173.
175, I think it was. Out of 345.
Yeah, so
10 sixes, 14 fours. Brilliant, Charlie. Well done, mate. That's absolutely
the other guy got 110, but who remembers?
no remembers that. So the ones are top, joint top. The twos are clear top, won 5 out of 5. So you can't beat that. And the threes are top.
Threes are top. And doing really well. So and no wonder with the superstar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Masquerading as a twos.
Absolutely.
Team.
So all we need now is the skipper of the fours to round it off and tell us how he's doing.
So sadly, we've lost our winning streak. Well, I say winning, we won the first 2, tied the third game.
Yes.
And we got found out on Saturday, sadly, against
someone.
Who the hell did we play? Who did we play? We played Spencer.
Oh,
fourth team.
Well, Spencer.
Big club and all that
big
stuff.
club.
I won the toss, thankfully. They got 170, which was 20 runs more than I'd hoped. We bowled 19 wides, bowlers.
Oh dear.
Take a note, bowlers, me included. And we got turned over by 2 really good spinners that bowled us out for 110.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not Spencer, big club.
Yeah.
They got something like 1,000 calls.
I know.
Did you know? Julius.
Quote from their wiki, and I had no reason to disbelieve him. He said that they've got the biggest cult section outside of India.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Wow, that's something.
There aren't many clubs up in that area, really.
No,
not that far into
with Matt, and we'll talk about later. He played Surrey learning and development team yesterday, and I took him to Spencer Cricket Ground Sunday morning. It was
absolutely.
And brilliant, you know.
Yeah.
Youngsters playing cricket.
That's great.
Worth mentioning the fives.
Right.
The fives played, I believe, Addiscombe 1863. And
that's Addington.
Oh, is that Addington 1622s?
Anyway, carry on. Addiscombe.
They played Addiscombe, viewer, and it was an interesting game because
are we okay?
We got them all out for 206, and one guy scored 160 for them.
Yeah, and apparently he's 14-year-old.
He's 14-year-old on the field out there. The outfield is longer than here. I think there was one boundary, somebody said. Now, I don't know how true that is, but sadly, you know, chasing 205 or whatever it was, we didn't get over the line for the 5.
But anyway, the club's in rude health. I think that's 17 league games have been played.
Yes.
We've won 13 of them, lost 2,
one here,
tied
and
1, and a rain-off.
Yes.
So that's not bad, is it?
Indeed.
13
Pretty
wins
good.
from 17
Pretty
league games after 4 weeks. Amazing. Cool.
The
Fantastic.
Fours remain 3rd in the league behind
Okay, so
CHEAM
you're still there.
and Reigate.
Yeah.
And we're playing CHEAM this Saturday, so that'll be
Cool.
interesting.
Yeah, no, that'll be interesting. And you know, do you think the form of the Fours has anything to do with your personal form, Hans?
Yeah, I think if you look at the fantasy league, you'll see I'm the most transferred out player. I am rubbish. I love the team, the diversity within our team,
Yeah,
young
it's
and
great.
old.
Yeah.
You know, from all around the globe. It's a brilliant team, but I don't do anything except tell people to field over
The
there.
brains
and
of the operation.
I'm the brains of the op. Yeah.
But you will do.
I will.
You will do.
I'll
'Cause,
come
you know,
good.
class is permanent.
Yeah,
mate.
in fact,
Class is
I
permanent.
don't know. I think even that analogy is something that I'm.
Well, don't let those negative thoughts come in.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
Okay.
And you'll
But there's
get
a
that one
coup
of
on the
yours.
horizon.
Oh, a coup.
There's a coup,
Excellent.
and
Excellent.
mostly led by Dan. Here.
No.
He wants me out.
When
When do you want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Harris out.
Yes.
When do we want it now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
no, we
genius.
don't. No, we don't.
From one Harris then
Oh,
to another Harris.
Yes.
great link.
Matthew.
This is a little player profile.
Absolutely. A little player, I can't say it, player profile. The boy, from what I've seen, is bowling.
That's
Right.
to tell me we've got a podcast to attend. Sorry, viewer.
Amateurs.
Right, you can edit
We'll try
that bit
again.
out, can you?
Matthew Harris looks to be bowling like a demon. He looks to be bowling
fantastic. Absolutely
phenomenally well.
fantastic.
I know. It's you know, as a dad, I'm bound to have any biased views.
Yeah.
But I speak to him either, you know, during the game when perhaps Sanderstead are batting second. I say, how's it going, son? He said, yeah, we got them out for 150 or something like that. And of course, I'm interested in that. How did you do that? And each week, he comes back with these amazing stats.
Yeah.
And it's just phenomenal. And I think there's no, well, you know, it's worth saying that there's no coincidence that the coaching that he's getting as well on a Wednesday night from the coaches here is helping him as well, because you filmed him.
Well,
people
yeah,
see it.
I, absolutely. I mean, I mean, as a spin bowler myself, or ex-spin bowler myself, I can see massive change in him over the winter, and I think that's due to the Surrey and England Disabilities squad that he's joined. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
We're really proud that Matt's joined the county setup for the Learning and Disability squad. So he's playing county cricket. He played yesterday against Middlesex, and they won again. And he's kind of made his mark in the second 11, but now he's in their ones, and you know, playing some great cricket, some really good cricketers. You know, and enjoying it, and we're hoping it'll stick with it.
And he was spotted on the channel to an extent.
Oh yes.
Clearly not for his fielding and catching,
Yes.
or
batting,
or batting. But you know.
Oh look, talk the devil.
Oh, here he is. That
wasn't planned.
Yeah, that wasn't planned. Yeah, we're talking about you. Go on.
Everyone does.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sam Schofield at Sam. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, Sam Schofield, who's the head of cricket at Trinity, had a lot to do with Jallen's cricket and George's cricket and all that kind of stuff. He also runs the disability stuff, certainly at England level. I don't know if he does it at Surrey level, but you know, him and the coaches in the Surrey squad, obviously I can see it in Matt. He's got a pivot now, a real good pivot, a whole body
twist.
action into his bowling, which is, you know, it gives him a bit of dip.
Yep.
And he's actually started to turn the ball. And he bowled an arm
He's
ball
always
on.
had a lovely knack of kind of putting it on a spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's stock and
now-
trade was on the spot.
So many
On the
more
spot,
parts
but now
of his
there's
bowling.
a lot more to it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Saturday, what is it?
10 overs.
10 overs, 4 for 9. fantastic,
Genius.
absolutely
On a hat-trick
fantastic.
as well.
Yeah. And he should have got a fifth, but I don't think he wanted it because he didn't want to buy a jug.
Yeah, or I wasn't here
You
to
weren't
buy
there,
the
yeah.
jug.
Yeah.
I mean,
so-
there's another side to Matt's, playing profile. He was talking to me about that game earlier today, and I was talking about how they batted. Was it CHEAM or Stretton and Marlborough they played on Saturday?
It's cheap.
CHEAM, was it? So he said that the two CHEAM batsmen who got the runs at the end when the tail wagged, number 7 and number 11, I believe.
Yeah, that's something like that.
Turned out to be twins. So I sort of really, Matt, and they put on 70, 80 runs.
Yeah.
He said, He said, the 19-year-old got most of them. So really, what did the other twin get then? He didn't.
He was
seem to
24.
he didn't seem to distinguish it as twins.
Very good.
He didn't have to say the age, but bless him. Yeah, we're really proud, and I think from, if I may, a little bit of Sanderstead Cricket Club is now represented.
Yeah.
At that level, and
which is brilliant.
Let's hope we get a few more through.
Yeah, I'm sure
That'd
we'll.
be fantastic.
Sure we'll. Very good.
Yes.
Well, this podcast is named Silly Point, so we like to have a silly point. This one today is based on the recent Test match at Lord's between England and New Zealand that was played, I guess, over 4 days because one day was a washout.
Yeah.
And ended up in a draw. Dan, I know you have some things to say about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing I say is I last watched New Zealand on the first day of a Test match at Lord's about 15 years ago, and it was freezing cold, and they scored 140 in the day. So I've been traumatised by watching New Zealand play. Sorry to our New Zealand friend, our New Zealand friend. But I have to say, New Zealand were great in this Test match, and I wasn't watching it until late afternoon yesterday, Sunday, when Kane Williamson made after having made a pretty sporting declaration, England scratched around. It got to the last sort of 20 overs, and it looked like England were going to make a little dart for it. Root got out, and they just stopped, and it's like, hang on, it's Sunday prime-time viewing. There's not really any other sport on, and you've got the audience there, and to provide them a bit of entertainment, which is what you should be doing. That's your job. And it's a Test match against New Zealand, which so what? Why are people thinking about draw first and win if we can get it? It should be win first and then because if you go for the win, right, and you get it, then you've made some history. If you just scratch around, go for draws,
nobody will remember that game.
Exactly right.
I also think if they went for the win and did lose, people wouldn't mind.
No,
of course they wouldn't.
They would enjoy it.
They would enjoy it.
The way the brand of cricket, I don't like that word, but the way New Zealand have introduced, under Brendan McCullum 5 years ago, this kind of more,
it's aggressive play.
England have taken that approach in the one day.
Yeah, apparently. But yesterday, and with the kind of batting lineup we had, they all feast on one day stuff in IPL. Why not?
But it says to me that they didn't trust their batsmen to have a go at it, and you'll never know if you don't give a go. So I just don't understand it.
Well, that's our silly point.
That's our sensible point.
That's the sensible point. Our silly point is, how can we incentivise players and teams to go for the win?
Yeah.
Well. What would incentivise you, Tyler? If there was,
it may be a crate of Pilgrim's Finest.
Nice
crate. I mean, it's have to be a cask, have to be a barrel. But I'm with you on that. Yeah.
I think if you asked a load of guys here, what their incentives would be, you get a range of interesting answers, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Make it, perhaps we should ask our viewer.
You know what? That's a very good idea. So we won't do the silly bits, viewers. We want you to come up with the silly reasons why or how you would incentivise a team to just go for it. Just go for the
top 5 comments, if we get 5.
Yes.
They're going to make their way into next podcast.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's an incentive in itself.
There you go.
We've come full circle there.
We've come full circle. Yeah. No, I like that. But God, blimey, I was so disappointed.
It would have been. When you consider what Ben Stokes did with Leach, how gripped we were on that Sunday afternoon, and other innings recently as well. England had a prime opportunity
just to entertain,
with crowds back in.
And Sibley was just using it as a selfish net.
It
was awful.
What is it? Better to have
lost and loved and
lost rather to whatever it is.
The better we are, the older we get.
Oh dear, codgers.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Forget everything.
Very good. So, what else
That
we
was
got?
a good silly point, actually.
Yeah, no,
with
that
a
was-
serious slant.
I think that. Have we got any other news?
Well, the only bit of news I can think of is that James Allen and Josh Stacey, they only really met last year. They haven't played cricket. I think they might have played one game together in a sort of funny game. But they don't really know each other. But they've really bonded, and they're quite
There's
sort of
something
similar.
that they enjoy doing together.
Yeah, exactly. And they have started a podcast.
Back to the incentives again,
Yeah. What? Dyeing their hair?
Well, there's two things.
No, and they they absolutely sort of love the old.
We're not listening to you.
But no, they've done this podcast called, or do this podcast called Jallen and Stacey.
Indeed.
Which is sort of very, very different to this one. It's about it's very sort of drink,
Alcohol
fuel,
is the point that I'm trying to make.
swearing, burping, blah de blah de blah. So it's sort of it's not for the faint-hearted. It probably won't get on this channel, but we will link to it, and it's an audio podcast. I think Josh is trying to get it cleared by Apple. So, but anyway, look out for that, because when it comes out, the more sort of adult, enjoying viewers or listeners out there will like it. I mean, it's bonkers.
It's the young ones of the cricket scene.
Yeah, the young ones of the cricket season. But
One for teenagers.
Exactly. But Jallen and Stacey, so they've gone and riffed on the Gavin and Stacey theme. So yeah, look out for that. It's funny.
I've heard a couple, and
it's funny.
Cutting edge.
Yeah.
And on the edge.
Absolutely right.
I've got no other news. Not from a...
No, well, update on the nets. It's planning permission with Croydon Council. Croydon Council kind of went bust, so the gears grind very slowly there. I've been told that we should know where we are in 2 weeks' time, and then it'll be sort of maybe 4 weeks after that to get us slotted and
We're
built.
close, I think.
I think we're close. Same with the electronic scoreboard. One came, but it was the wrong one, so that's got to go back. Anyway. It'll all happen.
Was it a football scoreboard?
He always has to get something football, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Perhaps it was
Dear, oh dear.
branded in Man City colours.
Oh, stop it!
If I was a betting man, and I've lost shitloads of money recently, house, and
You've lost your house.
I think, knowing the way the civil service works, we won't get those nets and scoreboard here this season.
Well,
and I'm willing to take a punt on that.
Very good. Well, on that optimistic note, shall we have a review of who we're playing next week?
I think so.
Does anyone know?
Yeah,
Good.
I'm
The
away
ones
at
are at
CHEAM.
home.
The ones are at home to Old Hamptonians.
Old Hamptonians.
Yeah,
They're
definitely filming that.
Thereabouts with us. At
Yeah,
third
yeah,
place,
they're
I think.
sort of
Twos are
fourth or
second.
fifth. They're
Fourth.
yeah, they're not far off.
They're up there.
Yeah.
Twos Old Hamptonians.
Is it a ones twos?
I think so.
Okay, home and
Makes
away.
sense.
Yeah. Who have you got?
Threes, I don't know, but we're at CHEAM. Fours are at CHEAM. Fives will be on the Rec 2
Yeah.
with a home fixture for the chaps and
Cool.
the ladies to play in, which would be brilliant. And then we'll all gather here for a pilgrim.
Yeah.
no doubt after.
A social distance pilgrim, as we do every week outside. I mean, it's lovely now. The weather's sunny because we've got a big
Well, you'll
field
be
to spread
watching
around in.
down there by 4:30,
Well,
won't
let's
you?
hope.
Your
Yeah,
game will be.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Old Hamptonians, is it?
Correct.
You're playing? Sorry, chaps. But
It'll be a really good game, I think.
No, I think it'll be a cracker.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think we've got most of the usual suspects playing. Availability has been amazing this season. It's such an important thing.
Real depth of.
Real depth,
Well,
absolutely
yeah.
right. And but I think Josh isn't around. Josh Stacey isn't around.
Sags is not around.
How we laugh! Oh, dear old Sags.
Sags. We could do a player profile on Sags.
Definitely.
That's got some value in it because, bless you, Sags, you're no opening bat or top 9.
But he's an amazing club
Yes.
man.
Oh, you bet. He's going for, and he's organising our fours social at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
got one in the bag.
No, he's great, Sags. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's. I've got
think-
nothing else. You got anything
No,
else?
I've
I think
done.
we're
I'm
about
spent.
ready to wrap up, gents.
No wonder.
Yeah. So well, good luck to everybody playing their cricket. Now the season's well underway.
Absolutely.
Wonderful stuff.
Well, Cornish Coley, thank you for joining us at the old sawmill.
Always.
Some sunshine, what's left of it.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
And Dan Allen, thank you.
Thank you, and T.
Well done,
Thank
T.
you very much.
Peace out.
Indeed.
Cody, would you like a beverage?
Yes, please, old chap. Shandy.
Shandy, I can do. Dan?
Yeah, pint of Pilgrim, please.
Yeah, come on. I'll give you
Yeah,
a hand.
we're in the green room after a hard shoot.
Right. Can you? Good.
Yeah, there's a thing about their height. Oh, it's not built
You're
for
right,
these
though.
people.
Just about, mate. It's coming out a bit lively, but...
For any good. Well, we'll leave these chaps to it, and we're going to have a well-earned pint.
Anybody else want a drink?
Well, there's no one else here, mate. So, cheerio again.
Cheerio.
Oh yes, that's gone before. Dell's going to be livid. Let's look at Dell. Oh, a double teapot. A double teapot from Dell. That's magnificent.
I don't care, I just want to get home.